Hey guys, welcome to today's episode where we're going to be working on this awesome Toyota Chaser JZX90. We're having a bit of an issue when it's getting up to the higher revs. It seems to be missing, and we're suspecting that the plugs need to be gapped. So Jack's going to be running us through how to gap them and how to diagnose any faults when it comes to a misfire. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys, these are the tools we're going to be using today. First off, we're going to need an Allen key bit just to remove the core pack cover. We're going to be using sockets as well to remove the core packs themselves. Then we're going to be using these spark plug sockets. They're specified sockets for spark plugs, so they've either got a magnet in them or they've got a piece of rubber that allows you to pick up the spark plug with ease without having to pull them out with pliers or whatever. Then we're going to be gapping them with either a specialised spark plug gapping tool or a set of feeler gauges. Either one will work. You can buy these from any auto parts store, both of these. They both work just as well as each other. And then if also you wanted to check the strength of your spark, we've just got a spark plug, a spark testing tool. You wind this in and out depending on how much spark you should be getting. It'll be able to tell you whether your spark is strong enough. So now we're going to be chucking our Toyota Chaser up on the hoist, removing the spark plugs, showing you how to do it. Alright, so first off, you've always got to make sure you know where your core pack plugs are going. If you get them mixed up at all, you're going to be firing at the wrong times because they'll be connected to the wrong cylinder. So we're going to make sure we either label them, or if they're in succession like this, it's a bit hard to mess it up, so it should be fine. We'll just pop this wiring out the way. Now we're looking at the spark plugs. It looks like we have a slight issue with a bit of oil down there. Looks like we're going to have to replace the rocker cover gaskets at some stage. It's got a little bit of oil down there, but for now it doesn't look like there's too much oil in the spark plug holes themselves, so we should be fine. We'll just rip the spark plugs out and we'll have a look how they look. Hey guys, we've got the plugs out now. So the old ones, they're actually not looking too bad. They're not showing any, they're within their spark plug gap range, and they're not showing any signs of stupid misfire or anything funny going on in the cylinders, too lean, too rich, anything like that. So we're going to chuck the plugs in anyway because we've got them. We're going to show you how to gap them or why to gap them. The main reason why to gap them would be if you're running any more power, any more horsepower, any more boost into your engine. Generally, you're going to need to gap your plugs because then the cylinder pressures go up. They can easily blow out the spark. So when we lower the spark, it actually creates a stronger spark. When we sort of lower the gap, it creates a stronger spark. Allows to fire all the combustion gases in there without blowing out the spark, without allowing it not to spark. So that's the reason why. We did actually find the problem, the original source of this misfire. It's these coil packs. They've got quite significant damage, big cracks all over them. They're getting on 25 years old now, so they're going to need to be replaced. We do have Yaris coil packs coming, a conversion kit. If that's something you guys might want to see, just leave a comment down in the comment section. We can get on with that one and yeah, show you how that one's done. So first off, we're just going to show you how to gap them. So these are at about 8.5 straight out of the box. So we're going to go down to about 7.1. That should be a good range for something like this. It's going to have a little bit more boost in the future, so that should be a nice strong spark for it. The other reason why you might be checking your spark plug gap is just a precaution thing. If you've had someone at the auto parts store maybe drop a plug, you haven't checked them, you chucked it in, and there's no gap there, then you're not going to have any spark. So just first off, we're gonna show you how to. So we check it. It's at 8.5. We want to be down to 7. So this is the method I like to use. Is just gently tap the bottom of it down on a metal bench or something, just to be able to lower the gap a little bit. Being careful not to go too hard, because obviously if you go too hard you're going to touch the electrode or even crack the porcelain just for the shock of the spark plug. That both of those will render this thing almost useless. So we'll just check that now. Still need a little bit more, so go a bit further down. And we're going in millimeters here, so if you're going in inches, obviously the reading is going to be different, but for today we're going to be using millimeters. We're in Australia, so that's what we use, and 0.7 is what we're going. Looks like I've gone ever so slightly too much. So here's this little cylinder bit in here. It's a good way of using it, just to pull it back up. Being careful not to touch the electrode here. Oh, that's a nice fit. Perfect, nice and firm. Not too crazy, not forcing it in there. And also it's not got any air gap there. So let's go on with the rest of them, the other 5, and then we can chuck them all back in. Alright guys, we've got them all gap now, so there's a few key things to think about while you're putting the new plugs back in. First off is just making sure that the old plug matches up with the new. Make sure your thread's the same, your length is the same. If you're not using the exact same plug part number, if it's the same part number, you should be fine. The other couple things you do have to worry about is never using a rattle gun. Do not ever use a rattle gun of any sorts, even if it's low power. You risk damaging your engine, sometimes beyond repair. So never drop them into your cylinders, so don't grab them and drop them into the hole. Always put them into your spark plug socket first and then use them in. Also, only threading them in by hand first. If you thread them in by hand first, there's no risk of it cross-threading with a ratchet or any sort of tool. So make sure they all go all the way to the bottom, and then you can start tightening. Also, when tightening as well, if you're not confident on tightening them down by hand, all you're trying to do is crush this washer right here. If you're not confident, then you can use a torque wrench. There is torque specs out there for spark plugs. So yeah, if you're not confident, grab yourself a small torque wrench that'll allow you to go down that low, and then chuck them in. So we're gonna go chuck them in now, and we can put it all back together, see how it runs.
Thank you for watching today's episode. It's a very nice and short and sweet one. We hope that you guys have learned something with regards to gapping and how to get the gap right and how to install your spark plugs carefully. As Jack mentioned, we're thinking about doing a Yaris coil conversion on this. If you would like to see that, then just leave your recommendations in the comments. Thanks for joining us today. Like and subscribe and share this video, and we'll bring you many more. Yeah?
Yeah,
Sweet. Enjoy.